Alright, starting off first with a 1983 Lincoln cent. Now this coin has been broad struck, so you'll see around the rim of the coin that broad strike taking place here on this penny. This coin ended up selling for a little over $30 at auction. You know, it is graded at a mint state 62 red brown by Annex. Had it had, you know, a little bit better grade, it could have sold for more money. So you're not really making a huge profit on that coin. Now this next coin, also not a huge profit, but it is something to look for. It is a die break. You'll see that extra metal there on the rim of the coin at the bottom. Now, if you have one of these in, you know, a very, very high mint state grade, it's going to sell for more than this coin sold for. This is at a mint state 62 red. Say you had it at a mint state 67 red, it would change the value significantly. So this coin only sold for around $40 at auction. But again, if you find one that is a very large die break, you could be in for some money. Now here's a die break taking place on a 1983 Jefferson nickel. Again, this is not a high mint state grade, it's graded at an AU 55, but this coin did sell for over $55 at auction because of that extra metal there on the rim of the coin, that die break, also referred to as a cud. C-U-D, cud. Alright, here is a 1983 Washington quarter that is pretty unique because it has die breaks on both the front and the back of the quarter, the obverse and the reverse. Now this quarter here is graded by NGC at a mint state 64. And here on the reverse, again, you'll see that other die break as well going through the word America. This quarter ended up selling for over $109. Can't beat that. Here is a 1983 Lincoln cent. It looks very normal here on the reverse, but here on the obverse, you'll see that the coin has been struck through a capped die. So it is graded by Annex at a mint state 62 red, and this penny ended up selling for around $65 at auction. Here is another capped die struck through a late stage capped die, the 1983 Roosevelt dime, graded at a mint state 60 by Annex. This coin ended up selling for over $135. Now here's a Jefferson nickel, one of my favorites of this video, 1983 regular nickel. You wouldn't think much of it unless you inspect your coins very closely. This coin sold for $120 at auction because it has a die clash. So strong clash dies here. We'll see that on the obverse and the reverse. You'll see those lines from the building from the reverse here on the obverse of the coin. And then of course you'll see the outline of Jefferson, his shoulders, his hair, his head on the reverse of the coin. So you can look for die clashes on Lincoln cents and other coins as well, not just Jefferson nickels, and even modern coins, not just, you know, 1983 coins, even all kinds of different dates, right? So this coin ended up selling, like I said, for around $120. Here's a 1983 penny that has been broad struck and it's been struck through debris. So pretty cool mint errors coin on here, but it doesn't make it extremely valuable. It is graded at a mint state 63 red brown. Of course, the strike through here is very obvious. Going through the reverse of the penny. This coin ended up selling for $45 at auction. Now here's a 1983 Jefferson nickel, once again graded by PCGS, this time at a mint state 63, and it does have a brockage as well as a partial collar. So the partial collar around the rim of the coin, and of course you'll see the brockage there very visibly on the obverse of the coin. This nickel ended up selling at auction for $57. Here is a Kennedy $half coin from 1983 that has been double struck, which you'll see around the rim of the coin. You'll see that lettering and the design, the Kennedy's head, all double struck right there, right? The whole design of the coin. And it's also been broad struck with an obverse indent. So we got three different things going on here. It's been double struck, broad struck, and it has that large indent there on the bottom of the coin. This $half coin ended up selling for over $800. 800 bucks. And yes, you can go to the bank and ask for rolls of $half. We used to search them all the time here on live streams, but now it's just getting very, very difficult to get those from the bank. And it's very, very hard to find silver nowadays because everyone knows to go get them. So yeah, you can try. You might get them. You never know. Someone sent me pictures the other day of all the silver they found from the bank, and it was just awesome. So love seeing your guys' emails on that, you members. Here's a 1983 United States proof set. All right, so what would make this proof set valuable? These are very common to have. However, this proof set sold for $780 because if we zoom in on the Roosevelt dime, this dime is supposed to have an S mint mark, and it is missing the S mint mark. You'll see all the other coins do have the S mint mark except for the dime, and that's what makes it valuable. Always look out for the 1983 proof dime, not the business strike, the proof dime without the S mint mark. 780 bucks. Now here is a 1983 Roosevelt dime that has been struck 15% off center, graded at an MS63. This coin ended up selling for around $25 at auction. Here is a 1983 Jefferson nickel that was struck off center as well, graded at a 64 by Annex. This coin ended up selling for around $35. Here is a 1983 Kennedy half dollar coin graded at an MS62 by PCGS. Struck 10% off center. This coin sold for over $130 at auction. And then here is a nice Jefferson nickel from 1983. Now it was struck onto a Roosevelt dime planchet, and that planchet was damaged. So the whole design does not fit on the Roosevelt dime, of course. The Roosevelt dime planchet, 10-cent planchet, and you can see the damage to that planchet as well. This coin ended up selling for over $800. Graded by NGC at a Mint State 65. Here's a 1983 Kennedy half dollar coin that has a tilted partial collar, which you'll see around the rim of the coin here. Graded at a Mint State 64 by Annex. This coin sold for around $25. So not making a huge profit there, but you will make a profit on this coin here. This is a 1983 Lincoln cent that has been partially plated. It is graded at a Mint State 63 red by Annex. And this coin ended up selling at auction for over $130. Here's another example of a partially plated Lincoln cent from 1983. And this coin ended up selling for less money, $114 as opposed to $130. And that's because it's grade. It's graded at a Mint State 60 as opposed to a 63. So 3 grades lower than the previous coin. Now this coin here, even better. Graded by PCGS at a Mint State 64 red brown. It's got that partial plating, very unique look to it. This coin sold for $180 at auction. You can't beat that for 1 cent. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out those videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Caps Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.